Imagine a company so powerful. It owns shares in Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Tesla, Coca-Cola, McDonald's, even banks. Yet most people have never heard its name. It doesn't make phones. It doesn't build cars. It doesn't sell products. And yet, it helps manage more money than the economy of almost every country on Earth. This is the incredible story of BlackRock, the investment giant that quietly became one of the most influential companies in modern history. But here's the real question. How did one company become so powerful without most people even noticing? In 1988, a former banker named Larry Fink believed Wall Street had a dangerous problem. Banks were making risky investments, but nobody truly understood the risks. Just a year earlier, the global stock market had crashed in what became known as Black Monday. Billions of dollars disappeared in a single day. Larry Fink had experienced huge losses himself earlier in his career. Instead of giving up, he decided to build a company focused on one thing: understanding risk better than anyone else. Together with a small team, he founded BlackRock. At first, almost nobody noticed. It was simply another investment company in New York. But behind the scenes, something extraordinary was beginning. While other investment firms relied mostly on human judgment, BlackRock invested heavily in technology. It created a powerful computer platform called Aladdin. Aladdin doesn't fight superheroes. Instead, it analyzes enormous amounts of financial data. It studies markets, interest rates, currencies, bonds, stocks, and thousands of possible risks every single day. Today, many of the world's biggest banks, insurance companies, pension funds, and governments use Aladdin to understand financial risk. Some experts even call it the operating system of global finance. This technology gave BlackRock a huge advantage over its competitors. As more investors trusted BlackRock, the company grew rapidly. It bought other investment firms. It expanded across Europe, Asia, Africa, and Latin America. Today, BlackRock manages trillions of dollars on behalf of pension funds, universities, governments, companies, and millions of everyday investors. That doesn't mean BlackRock owns all of this money. Most of it belongs to clients. BlackRock manages those investments on their behalf. Because of this, BlackRock often becomes one of the largest shareholders in many of the world's biggest companies. That influence has made it one of the most closely watched firms in global finance. In 2008, the global financial system was collapsing. Banks were failing. Millions of people were losing their jobs. Entire economies were on the brink of disaster. Governments needed experts who understood the financial system better than almost anyone else. One of the companies they turned to was BlackRock. The firm was asked to help analyze troubled assets and provide expertise during parts of the financial crisis. Over the years, BlackRock has also been hired by governments and central banks in different countries to advise on managing financial assets and market-related challenges. With every crisis, its reputation grew stronger. More institutions trusted the company. More money flowed into BlackRock. By the early 2020s, it had become the largest asset manager in the world. If you've ever searched BlackRock online, you've probably seen headlines claiming, BlackRock owns everything. But that's not exactly true. Here's what actually happens. Imagine you invest your retirement savings in a mutual fund or ETF. That money doesn't belong to BlackRock. It still belongs to you. BlackRock simply manages the investments on behalf of its clients. Because millions of people and institutions invest through BlackRock's funds, the company ends up holding shares in thousands of businesses. That makes BlackRock one of the largest shareholders in many major companies. However, it is managing those investments for its clients, rather than personally owning the companies. It's an important distinction that is often misunderstood. With enormous influence comes enormous scrutiny. Some critics argue that BlackRock has become too powerful. They worry that one asset manager holding significant stakes across many major companies could concentrate influence in the financial system. Others have criticized the company's positions on environmental, social, and governance investing, often called ESG. At different times, BlackRock has faced criticism from both sides of the debate. Some say it focuses too much on sustainability. Others say it doesn't do enough. The company has stated that its role is to act in the long-term interests of its clients while complying with laws and regulations. Whether people agree or disagree, one thing is clear: BlackRock has become one of the most discussed companies in global finance. BlackRock doesn't build smartphones. It doesn't manufacture cars. It doesn't own oil fields. Yet, through the money entrusted to it by millions of investors, it has become one of the most influential financial institutions on Earth. Its decisions can affect retirement funds, businesses, markets, and investment strategies across the globe. Whether you see BlackRock as a financial innovator or a symbol of modern financial power, its story reveals something bigger. In today's world, influence isn't always measured by the products a company sells. Sometimes, the greatest power belongs to the company that helps manage the world's wealth. And chances are, even if you've never heard of BlackRock before today, its influence has already touched your life in ways you never imagined. If you enjoyed this documentary, subscribe to Business Chronicles for more untold stories about the companies, entrepreneurs, and industries shaping our world. Which company should we uncover next? Let us know in the comments. And if you found this story insightful, don't forget to like the video and share it with someone who loves business and finance. Thanks for watching.